So you talk about something, then you show a video.
Yeah, so we like talk about it and you can see it. And then you can just like look at me. The only time I think it makes sense to look at the camera is when you want to make a statement. So when I'm like, hey, fuck you, like I'll like be like, fuck you, because I'm like looking to the camera. Hi guys, welcome back to Emily Saves America. In honor of Charlie, I have a very special guest today. It is the famous Doug, my dad, who is everybody's favorite person. I've been posting, most people that follow me have followed me for a very long time, but I've been posting my dad on my Instagram, and usually we're like, not making fun of you, but me and my brother would, post him doing really funny things or saying really funny things. And you guys always say you request more Doug content. And in the light of Charlie and the family unit being the most important thing in America, I thought that I would have my dad on because you guys love Dad. And he's so sweet, unlike me.
She is a little angry. Maybe this week, a little extra angry, but there is a lot going on.
I was filming my episode and he came in early because he's always on time. And I was just being myself and recording. And I was like, I was going off. I was popping off, to say the least. But I was like, well, welcome. But so we want to start, I really am trying to make this episode as light as possible. It's been genuinely the worst couple days of my life. I've never felt sadness like this. But we must continue on. And the most important thing now is that we make Charlie proud, and we don't, they want us to be scared and they want us to shut up, and we're not going to do that. I want to show a really cool AI video highlighting Charlie Kirk's life accomplishments, because a lot of people don't know all of his accomplishments. Keep in mind, he was 31. I just turned 32 in Vegas. So I was with my boyfriend and my dad. That is so young. So we have the video here, and I think it's actually really cool. So we can watch it here. So crazy. 31 years old and has accomplished more than I would say most people will ever accomplish in their lifetime. What he's done at Turning Point is incredible. When I went to my first Turning Point conference, I don't remember how many years ago. It was a while. And I had a girl reach out to me over social media, and she was like, you need to come. Because I was like walking around LA in a MAGA hat on. She was like, no, it's like everybody like you is there. Everyone's like you. That's the whole point. We come together and, we're here and everyone becomes family and we have faith and all these things and we help each other because we're all on the same team. And that was the first time I ever went to a Turning Point conference. And, from there, my career started. I became a commentator on Grant Stinchfield's panel on Newsmax. And that's really how all this started. And that's how I met my friends. And I'm so excited to be going back to Turning Point. That's truly the one place where we all get to come together and be with each other. So I think that's amazing.
I will do my one Charlie Kirk story. I'll repeat it.
You don't need this. You're good.
And she was working with Grant. And about 5 years ago, I was a great follower of Dennis Prager, listened to him every day, etc. And he was going to be in Orange County. I think was Sebastian Gorka, Dennis Prager.
I think Mark
Levin, and Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I didn't really know Charlie Kirk. Maybe heard his name a few times. We went to the event. He spoke. He did a brilliant job. Afterwards, of course, mainly we were there for Dennis. And afterwards, they did a photo op. And very simply, Emily went up with Dennis and they hugged and blah, blah. And then she moved on and she got to Charlie Kirk. And when she went up for the photo op, he put his hand out to shake her hand. And she immediately like kind of hugged him. And
I was just like really excited. I hug everybody.
yeah, and the look of shock on his
He's like-
face, I was just, to this day, every time I think of it, I just laugh the way she just shocked him.
Yeah.
And
He did that. We said like he did the Keanu Reeves thing where he's like he wasn't wanting to take the photo, but he's just like, he was like this, like next to me, which I get it. Cause now that I'm in the industry, I'm like, that's what you do to not get in trouble. That's the nice, respectful, safe thing to do.
Now that she's in the industry, I know the look, and the look is, oh my God, I hope this girl isn't crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, most of the time, the people asking to take photos with us are usually kind of crazy.
That's my one and only Charlie Kirk story. And I will say, as somewhat of an outsider watching the last few days, I am surprised how sad everyone is.
Around the world.
Yeah. And it just kind of reminds me, of the 9/11 kind of thing, the Kennedy assassinations. I didn't really think it was going to hit people the way it has. And I'm surprised, and in a very pleasant way, that people are really sort of rallying a little and, taken up. And, there's no riots, there's no violence. It's just people are just kind of gathering together and sort of consoling each other. So
yeah,
that's a good thing.
People have, I saw online, people have been so confused all over the world about, I've lost, people I love, I've lost my parents, but why do I feel like this towards someone I've never met? And people have put out beautiful statements, literally telling people like, no, your feelings are like valid and they're justified, but this is why we feel this way. And also even more than that, they're like, you're actually feeling like spirit, which I don't think anyone in this country, I think the only way it's possible is because there is something like genuinely like holy there. There's a spirit there. Because how can I be on the floor weeping for days and, and I've been so lucky to meet him and spend time with him, and someone in Korea who's never met him can feel so similar. And that's the only thing you can really break it down to, is his impact was even more than we really thought. And there's something really godlike about him. And we clearly all feel that. And, I've been dealing with obviously sadness and also anger. But yeah, that's the difference between us and the left. I mean, George Floyd dies and they go and burn the city to the ground. They're violent. Obviously, the reaction to the left of his death is disgusting. It's hard not to give these people the time and energy. But at the same time, free speech isn't free. I also think they should have consequences. Like I was saying, do we really want our children to be around people celebrating, his death? But I think we have a clip of Charlie's first time on Fox as a teenager. He's such a baby. It's so crazy. He's so young.
First time he was ever on TV, and it was right here on Fox and Friends, May 21st, 2012.
When we graduate from high school this coming June, we're handed a diploma. That's also an invoice for hundreds of thousands of dollars that my generation is going to have to pay off through interest, high taxes, and a stagnant economy. We here at SOS Liberty believe that if we do not change the conversation back to us, the kids that are going to have to inherit this debt, that our economy will be stagnant for years to come. And our website, we have really interesting things. We have videos, pictures trying to inspire the youth, SOSLiberty.com, that has a wide variety of youth from all across the country jumping onto our cause. I'm having trouble finding a summer job, as is Mike, in a lot of different regards. A lot of kids are feeling the effects of what we like to call, with the Washington economy, with a lot of debt, plummeting small business, with higher regulation and high taxes. We're just trying to reinstitute the founding principles, free market, fiscal responsibility. SOS Liberty is a nonpartisan. We don't consider this a Republican versus Democrat issue, but rather a generational one.
He's so smart. I don't even understand.
He's extremely smart, and
he was so young.
That's the part that kind of like, I think really hits people is the age. You know, when people are around for a long time, we get used to them and, you know, we kind of wonder, you know, how long they're going to last and everything.
Yeah.
So his quick ascension is kind of unusual. So,
Yeah.
and this whole thing is just a shocker. I'm just
I
kinda,
still feel in shock.
yeah. And I'm a little surprised when I watch the news. You know, I was watching the news yesterday and Laura Ingraham started crying, and I was like,
And she's like, she scares me.
yeah, I know. I'm afraid of her.
I'm
watching her on
terrified of her.
television.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, if that hits her, that's
Yeah.
really something.
It's
So,
actually the first time I've kind of seen emotion from anyone. I mean, Megyn Kelly was crying. Jesse Waters seemed very choked up. Another person who, I mean, he's fiery. He's not the emotional one. Laura Ingraham, like, literally scares me. I'm terrified of her.
mhm.
I mean, it was every single person who's been covering him. Candace Owens was crying, and the old videos of them and everything. You're like, oh my God, you realize like how young he is. And it's the first time I've ever seen these personalities. I mean, these are personalities, they're known for being tough. These are not emotional people. No matter what happens, you know, they do their jobs. Kayleigh McEnany, she was choked up. I mean, every single person I've seen has just been completely choked up, and it's just shocking to even see.
Well, I will take a minute to talk about being Emily's father and her more recent popularity, or popularity is not
Yeah.
a good
Careful.
word. Yeah. But I will say, this, you know, shakes you up a little and then makes you think. It's just like when we're out in public and someone starts to walk up to you. And I've read some of them. I don't read much, the Instagram stuff, the hate and what people say just shocks me. So I'd rather not read
Yeah,
it.
please don't look at my social media
Yeah.
profile for any God-given reason ever till the end of time.
But even when we're out in public and someone walks out, and when, you know, she's not that well known, but I'm like, is this person gonna say hello, hit us, say something horrible, embarrass in public?
Yeah.
You just never know because people are a little unhinged nowadays.
Yeah,
And
they're scary.
it's a little scary. So,
Yeah. It's not just you, too. It's like you feel uncomfortable. My boyfriend, I mean, the second anyone talks to me, says hi, approaches me, you see like no matter who I'm around, like we all immediately are like,
right.
what are we going to do?
No. And of course, there's more of it in different areas of the city than others. So,
yeah, I know when I'm in Echo Park, I'm not surrounded by my fans.
yeah. So,
But when I'm in Beverly Hills, the Persians love me, the Jews love
Yeah.
me, intelligent people love me, very successful people love me. And
Orange County, I feel
Orange
a
County, we
little
always feel
safer.
safe.
So
And
there is that, but we don't want to abandon everyone.
you know what I
So,
hate? You know what happened? Me and my boyfriend were like at the grocery store, and this guy comes up and he's like, Emily. And I was immediately like, oh God. But he was like, you know, I hate when they immediately start with, you know, I don't agree with really anything you have to say. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Shut up. Why are you coming up to me? I'm trying to get groceries. I'm minding my own business. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't share my opinions to have conversations with you. But it was just like, when people, it's always like the more left-leaning people, because right people aren't stupid enough to do that. But anytime someone's like, you know, I don't agree with you have to say, and I'm like, well, good thing we live in America. Good thing I'm not forcing you to agree with me. But I'm like, oh God, get away from me. You guys are such losers. It's just like, I'm just like, don't come up to me. I don't want to. Like, this industry has made me not like people. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care about your opinions. I don't want to know them, even if it's nice. I'm like, please just like, let me enjoy myself, you know, in public.
well, I think that's also because you do this for a living.
Yeah.
And then you're so involved in it. Me, it doesn't, I don't know. everybody talks to me.
Yeah, I know. Everyone loves you. You're like hanging out with a security guard at CVS.
So
We have a
I have a real thing with security guards.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I get it. You're the opposite of me. Everybody wants to talk. Well, everybody likes you and wants to talk to you. Everyone hates me, but for some reason still wants to waste my time giving me their useless opinions. But we have a video of Erica Kirk making it clear that conservatives are not going anywhere and that in America, this is our turning point.
Evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I mean, she's one of the toughest women in the world. I can't even believe she was able to go do that. I mean, I said I wasn't doing any work, news hits, nothing. I said, just everyone leave me alone. I don't know how she did it.
I saw it live and I was shocked.
Yeah.
How brilliant she is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't assume, but I had never heard her speak before. I didn't know that much about her. And I'm just like blown away how bright she is.
Yeah.
And
I mean, she's one of the strongest people in the world because I could never do that. I can't even imagine what she's going through. But this is the silver lining. This is the positive news. They said they have 18,000 new chapter requests since Erica spoke when she gave that speech on Newsmax, and 9,000 college chapters and 1,100 high school chapters prior to this point. And I know that Charlie went from having, however many million followers to like double overnight. I mean, people are watching his clips. They're resonating with him. And she's right. His voice has never been bigger. It's never been bigger. It's never been more irrelevant. Everyone wants to see him. What is he saying? People want to get involved. And I've said it before. I would love to, donate my career to doing anything I can forever to support Turning Point and what they do. The best thing is these young kids, college kids, high school kids, they need to get involved. They should go to church. They need a community. They need conservatives. They need to share their values. They need to stand up to these free teachers, whatever they're doing. They need each other. I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, I have kids come up to me when I'm out and about and they're like, dude, I'm going to school to be a lawyer. And like, I just have to I'm sitting next to a freak with a keffiyeh on who hates Jews. And I'm sitting here and I know. And I just have to just put my head down till I graduate. I can't talk. I can't say anything. And I'm like, yeah, because you guys need a community. This is great. We need this across the nation and every single school. So I'm super happy to see that this is happening. So we have a Daily Wire video showing the response to Charlie Kirk versus the response to George Floyd.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's us and that's them.
the only thing I always wonder is why the destruction thing?
They're just destructive people. They destroy themselves. They destroy property.
I guess it's an age thing, but I can't wrap around. I mean, I went through the anti-Vietnam thing and everything, and
I don't get destroying your own city where you live.
Yeah, exactly.
And then your own tax dollars have to pay to fix it, which is funny.
I mean, maybe they should say, I don't know, have a line, and whatever you paid in taxes, then you're allowed to destroy only that much.
Yeah.
Which I would assume probably in the end would be a very small amount. But
well, yeah. I mean, most of these people don't contribute to society. This is This is beautiful, though. We have a video of Charlie explaining how he wants to be remembered.
How do you want to be remembered? I mean, if I die, everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith in my life.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, he did the most honorable, courageous thing he could ever do.
Well, and I think there's always a space and time thing. And he came along now, I think really when younger people are reaching out and looking for something. And
I think they're looking for meaning.
Yeah. And he's pointed the way for him. And a lot of them are following him, and a lot more will probably hear about it and find a way to reach out and get in touch with each other. And things couldn't get worse.
No, literally. That's how I felt. I felt like this is raw. I was like, this is rock bottom. I don't know how anything could be worse than this. I was like, I mean, to me, our country looks and acts third world at this point. I think it's embarrassing. It was the first time I've ever felt ashamed to live in the United States. I didn't even want to live here anymore. I mean, I was crying. I was like, I don't want to do this. I want to quit. I want to move. This is it. I have no faith in humanity. But then we see Charlie Kirk is #1 trending on X, and it's trending with Jesus. And I'm like, well, great. That's what he wanted.
Well, and I think part of the problem is people just get used to things. They get used to the graffiti, the trash, they just think that's the way. I have to admit, I'm old. And when I was young, really young, we used to go down to, the big fun thing was to go downtown and go shopping and go to the show and go to Clifton's cafeteria. And, there was no graffiti. There was no trash. Everything was safe. There was some strange people every once in a while.
Yeah, there's always been strange people.
Yeah. But I think part of the problem is people have come to accept it, and we don't really have to.
No, that's the thing.
It's that simple.
That's the thing. I think people forget that you have a choice. You always have a choice. And I always talk to people about this when they say, I don't have a choice when it comes to certain things that we've gone through in the past. And I'm like, no, you always have a choice. We don't have to live like this. Charlie was the epitome of, he was like, we are so lucky. We live in a country where if you don't like something, you can go change it. And you can go do something about it. And, the tinfoil hat in me does believe that all of this is by design. And most intelligent people agree with me. It's even when you see, historically, the way the buildings are changing, the lampposts, something as simple as a park bench. It's all so sterile. It's so ugly. You see the graffiti. It's sad. You see the people on the street. There's feces. There's pee. And I genuinely think all of this, which has been done on design, by design, they changed it all on purpose. I think it's to break our soul and lose our connection to the things we live around are supposed to be beautiful because beautiful things make you happy. There's a reason why architecture matters and art matters and all these different things. And that's what, we take down beautiful buildings and we put up, white shit boxes that are depressing. We put fluorescent lighting in, which makes us sad. And, these things make us sick. And at a certain point, it's just when are we going to be so we don't have to live like this and things are supposed to be beautiful and we deserve to live around beauty. But the problem is Democrats don't deserve to live around beauty because they destroy it. You don't get to have beautiful things when you destroy it, when you have parks and beautiful buildings and you riot and do all these things. We can't. That's why I'm we can't coexist with them when they want to destroy everything that has meaning, that's beautiful. I mean, them with even churches. And it's I think that's a turning point that this country is going to have to come to as well. I mean, you need law and order. I mean, it's funny when I see people being we want to be able to use subways. You can use subways. As a Democrat, understand. You also have to prosecute crime so you can use the subways. Those two things cannot coexist with each other. You can't have subways and then soft on crime DAs. So I think that's what's going to happen. But good news is we have ICE back in Los Angeles.
Well,
So we have a video of Tom Homan, our favorite person, explaining that ICE is arresting criminals because that's what they're here for.
70% of everybody ICE arresting is a criminal. The other 30% are gang members who don't have criminal histories, national security threats, we're arresting them by the thousands, and those with final orders. They had due process at great taxpayer expense. A federal judge ordered them removed. They become fugitives. We're looking for them too. So how do we send that message? We send the message by looking at the numbers again this morning. We got a historic number of prosecutions for 111. That is impediment, assault, interference. So if they cross that line, you throw a stone, you're going to jail. You put hands on an ICE officer, you're going to jail. You make a threat, either online or in person, you're going to jail. And President Trump has made it clear to me over a month ago, zero tolerance. You cross that line and move from a protester to a criminal, zero tolerance. You will be prosecuted. And Pam Bondi has got all the U.S. attorneys across the nations on board. They will not decline these prosecutions. So my warning to them, you can protest all you want. Exercise your First Amendment rights. You cross that line, you're going to jail.
Great. He's what we've needed for...
well, I think the classic today is Mexican Independence Day. And there's a huge parade in LA. And I always think to myself, what if you were in Mexico on the 4th of July and you organized a big parade?
Yeah.
Or Japan, or South Korea, or anywhere. That doesn't happen. No one's celebrating the 4th of July in another country. I don't understand. Why we're celebrating Mexican Independence Day. But it's...
But if you say anything, you're racist.
No, I mean, it's, I always, like, one thing that when I do comparisons, and I always remember when we first moved to Orange County, and the first thing I noticed was in Orange County, everyone is sort of based more on economics. You meet your neighbor, and the first thing they want to know is what you do for a living.
Yeah.
No one wants to know where you came from, what your religion is.
Yeah, they don't care.
Blah. They don't care. It's not... Los Angeles is where I live now is more of an ethnic thing. And, where are you from and what are your politics?
OC's like, what did you do to be able to afford to live next to me?
Yeah.
Which is actually normal. I think that's normal.
And then, it's, do you have kids? What school do they go to? It's just a whole different kind of vibe. And I'm not saying it's based on money, but it's based on the way you live that's going to create an environment where everyone's going to get along.
Yeah.
They're all interested in their kids going to school, having the better schools, law enforcement.
Well, this is why affordable housing doesn't work. This is why no one's more against it than I am. Because I'm like, wait, why am I paying? Say I'm paying $10,000 a month for a one bedroom. You have someone paying $2,000, and I'm like, well, I don't want them in the same building as me. Like why? Like what? If you have people paying $10,000 to $30,000 a month for apartments, with people paying $2,000, we're on different playing fields of life, and therefore we want to be around each other because we agree that we're going to have more in common when it comes to what are our jobs? Are we working hard? Do we have kids? Where are those kids going to school? They're probably going to top school. Like that's just common sense. And then in shitholes like LA, you just think, oh, you can just shove them all together and it works. It doesn't work.
No,
and we don't want it to work.
It's just common sense that like a thing like rent control, where you live in a $3,000 a month apartment and the guy living in the exact one next to you is paying $500 a month.
Yeah, how's that fair?
You mentally say to yourself, maybe if he paid a little more, I'd be paying a little
less. That's the funny thing is all the people with the rent control in LA are all the worst, most left people. And they're the first people. I mean, it's so funny. Everyone demonizes these landlords. And I'm like, it's not the landlord. Rent control is making LA not only a piece of shit, it's making it expensive. Yeah, when someone's paying $4,000, you're paying $400. I'm sorry, how is that fair? And at what point do we acknowledge that this is a full-grown adult We're not taking care of children in these places. It's like, no, you pay the rent. And if you can't afford it, you go to a shittier apartment, you go to a shittier area, but we're not all going to suffer. And the landlord gets fucked. And then everyone treats them like they're the worst people. And I'm like, yeah, because they're losing money. Why would you fix a building and put in nice grass and put in nice amenities when they can't even afford it? Because this asshole's never going to leave. Literally, they have to die to get him out. I think those people are scum. And I think there should be no rent control.
Well,
I don't believe in it.
I'm only brought this up because recently, as you well know, we've looked at places in Santa Monica, and Santa Monica is probably the most classic example. All the apartments are expensive, but then you meet somebody and they go, "Oh, I'm only paying $700 a month."
Yeah.
Oh, and I've been here, 20
I
years.
also do you ever just think of the type of the type of person, think of the type of person that's willing to live in a disgusting 30-year-old, shitty box. And they're so happy. I'm going to live here till I die. I'm like, I don't want to live around these people. These people are disgusting. They're the most liberal socialists, just fucking losers. And then everything has to be shitty to cater to those people. And then that's why we live like this. So it's and it's sunny. It's the same people on the left complaining about rent they can't afford. And I'm like, okay, well, you need to look at why things are the way they are, because you guys are the first ones to be like, no, we believe in rent control and all these things. No, it doesn't work. It fucks everyone over, including the landlords.
No.
So it's just, but we have Karen Bass loses it now that SCOTUS says ICE is okay to continue arresting people in Los Angeles because that's our job. That's what we voted for. She's such a fucking retard.
Justice Sotomayor said it best in her dissent. She wrote, "We should not have to live in a country where the government can seize anyone who looks Latino, speaks Spanish, and appears to work in a low-wage job. Rather than stand idly by while our constitutional freedoms are lost, I dissent." And I agree with her. I dissent. We all dissent.
She's such a just useless idiot. So leave. We gave you it's funny. We're the most lenient country in the world when it comes to deportations. You can self-deport. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I think part of the problem is people don't travel. People don't read. They don't understand. If you don't have borders, you don't have a country.
Yeah.
And they think it's bad here. I always tell people, go to Japan. No one, I worked with a Japanese gal. She married a Filipino guy. And she tried to get him into Japan. It's impossible. And he's a tech guy, really bright kid, wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, could actually contribute.
Yeah. But Japan's just no, we don't let anybody in.
No, bless them.
We pretend like we do. And we have, we kind of have a department for that.
Yeah.
But basically, the department's job is to say no. And that's it.
Yeah.
Here we have legal ways of getting in. Takes a while. You have to, jump through the hoops. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated. And
we're the greatest country on earth. Why should we just let everybody in who wants to be here?
I don't understand it. And
I think we're too lenient. I think we let too many people in. I think it should be even more difficult. I think we need to talk about the types of people we're letting in. We're not letting in future doctors and people who are going to cure cancer. We need to go ahead and reflect on what is it when they're everybody's fleeing something. No, we need to crack down on that shit. You better prove to me that they're going to behead you in Times Square and you are an innocent person and your whole world, they're going to slaughter your family. You better be able to prove all of that before I even consider. Because what did they do? We said, okay, you can come flee here. And then what did everyone do? They took advantage of it. Oh, you're telling me all these middle-aged men who are all pedophiles, rapists, gang members, they're all fleeing oppression? I don't fucking buy it anymore.
No, but
I don't buy it.
First of all, it's crowded.
It's overcrowded.
And you need some kind of control on where people are, what they're doing.
Well, you need to know who's in your
And
country.
Then the other thing is, and off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is, but people forget that if someone comes here, they all end up bringing family.
Yeah.
And so it's not just one person.
Yeah, each person's bringing 5 other people, or they're having babies here. And then I don't believe in giving the kids the citizenship. I mean, I've gotten to the point where we've been so kind. Everyone's taken advantage of us. They've come here. I have to watch on the news every single day, and innocent American murdered by an illegal every single day. This whole thing. Oh, did you know actually Americans commit more crimes? Oh, shut up. We can't control those. These murders that happen, we could have actually prevented. That's my issue with it. But I'm on the far right train. I'm like, I want everybody out. And then I think we need to take a break. We need to stop all immigration. And we need to be like, let's look at our country and who's inside of it. And also, I want to start deporting these people on campuses. If you support Hamas, if you're on any visa here and you are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, you are supporting Hamas, terrorist organizations, you are anti-American, out. I want you out immediately, and I want you to never be able to come back.
Well, I'm kind of that way on Israel. So
yeah,
I support Israel 100%. I don't want to hear Hamas. I don't want to hear from their newspapers or their airways or whatever. It's these people don't have an option. It's that simple.
Yeah.
So I'm not open for discussion on that matter at all.
Yeah.
And I know Rubio's headed there today, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I went to Israel for 9 days, and the things I've seen are enough that I suggest anyone who does not believe they are an ally to go there and see what these people deal with every day, the way they live, the people they're around. And you should watch the raw footage from October 7th. And if you think that those people would not happily do that to any white person, any American, any non-Muslim, then you are very wrong. That those people are just pure evil, and there's no coexisting with them. And I support whatever Israel needs to do. I hope the war ends, only because I do not want any more innocent people in the IDF getting murdered. I know that's a controversial subject, but so he knows more about this. Karen Bass goes, there's a video of LA woman talking about how gardeners, housekeepers are not showing up. I mean, look, these people just honestly, I don't give a shit. These people just want cheap labor. They like to exploit these people. I don't really care. Your gardener not showing up. Our national security is more important than any of these things. But there's a video of sheriff explaining that his department has ignored all 435 ICE detainer requests.
We do document when ICE sends us detainer request. So we know, based right now on the numbers I gave you earlier, at least for this year, I think there's 435 people that they've asked for in 2025 that they've requested, but we have not fulfilled any of them because of state law. And honestly, the county policy is even more strict than state law, so it prohibits me from turning those over unless.
So let me get this straight. ICE has literally sent out almost 500 requests, and the state just steps in and just says, "Fuck off."
This guy's a politician.
Yeah,
he's not a real cop.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Why wasn't that illegal? I don't understand. If ICE is asking for someone, they're probably a gang member, a murderer, a rapist, one of these things, and they're just like, "No, we don't want to give them to you." What are they, like, working in Karen Bass's home personally? Like, I don't even understand how that's a real thing. So he knows about this more than me. So Karen Bass has endorsed Antonio Villaraigosa for governor. I don't know who that is.
He was mayor for 2 terms in LA.
This guy?
Yeah.
Wait, so he was already mayor?
Yeah.
And now for twice in LA. So why didn't he stay in power? People don't like him?
Well,
I mean, anyone she fucking
was,
endorses is horrible.
He was termed out, I think.
Okay, well, anyone she
Yeah.
endorses, you would immediately go against.
Yeah,
'cause they're-
she's horrible.
Yeah.
He was better than her, and she's worse than him. So I don't know.
So where do we go from here?
But
Great. So this is who, if he runs, this is who everyone who's a far left psycho will vote for. So we have a quote why she's that was a quote of why she's endorsing him. Then we have a video of his campaign ad.
We can't have Donald Trump tearing families apart and federalizing the National Guard. We have police officers who are trained, police officers who know our communities, police officers who respect civil rights and civil liberties.
It would be funny if as he was shooting that, just someone's just like shitting on the street behind him as he's talking about, the real important things. Okay, so let me get this straight. Your ad for governor of California is how you don't like Trump.
exactly.
So you're not going to fix anything.
We're not going to fix anything. We're just going to fight against Trump.
So what do I have to provide you? Nothing. What are we going to do? Nothing. You know who I don't like? Trump. You know how stupid the voters are? That they're like, whoa, he doesn't like Trump. He has my vote. I just stepped in human feces and this guy's going to stab me on the subway and I can't, and a coffee's $14 and I can't leave my house at night because I'm going to get murdered by an illegal or homeless that sleeps on my street. But he doesn't like Trump, so I'm going with him.
He has a little bit of a checkered past. He's divorced because he was fooling around with a newspaper reporter.
Oh, he's like Gavin Newsom.
He's kind of an older version of Gavin Newsom, so he would actually fit right in.
I was gonna say it's like run for governor of California. It's like, have you cheated on your wife during your campaign trail? Okay, good, because that's the first thing we're gonna go ahead and need from you. Do you have any qualifications of how you want to improve the state you live in? No, perfect. Do you hate Trump? Yes. All right. So we don't even actually need any statements from you on any of your policies, anything you want to change about this state. That people are literally fleeing, businesses are fleeing, restaurants are closing, the homeless is getting worse, the attacks are more violent. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, so we have a quote of him explaining the affair. I mean, you know what? Most of the time, I just don't give a shit about people's personal life. Like, I really don't. It's none of my business. I think most people are shitty and they cheat, but it's just kind of like...
Makes you a good Democrat, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes them more relatable to their voters. But I mean, this is a quote. I honestly, I don't care. I don't really care. I mean, my thing is like, I think your morals are skewed. So do I want to vote for someone morally I can't really get behind? But my thing is that's more important is you didn't say one thing how you're going to fix California, one of the most fucked up states in the entire nation. And in my eyes, obviously, the most important state. And why I continue to stay here. So it's just like, but we have, we have a video of Rick Caruso from an old mayoral debate speaking facts. Okay, we all want Rick.
There's a great difference here. There's 63 years of career politicians on this stage, a lot of great ideas, none of which were implemented before they ran for office. So there's a lot of empty promises. Versus what we have today, rising crime, more homeless on the streets, and we've got more corruption in City Hall. It's got to be. Those are the issues. And the question is, who can tackle those issues and change the city?
And it's so funny how he's the only one out of them that's, intelligent, well-spoken, a businessman, someone who's actually has real accomplishments, who does things.
Created things.
Yeah, created. By the way, it's so funny. I'm like, do people understand he created all of everyone's most loved places? The places you go every day, the places you can't wait to go on the weekends with your favorite stores, your favorite coffee shops. And I'm like, he's the only person who's actually made the state better, who actually can have a plan and get things done. I'm like, if you vote in a Democrat besides him, you will have the same chaos. They will go in, they will take money, nothing will get better. I mean, they're fucking wolves in sheep's clothing. And I'm like, look at him. He was the only one able to save his properties during the fires. He was able to speak out against all the just bullshit and corruption going on. And I'm just like, we saw from the fires. If you have someone who's smart, intelligent, capable, and cares, that's the most important thing. Cares about the city. He has investments. He has a foot in the race. These people don't. They just want money. They don't give a shit. He has a family. He has property here. He has business here. He cares. He is the only hope we truly have if we want someone to run who could win. I think pre-fire, well, first of all, I believe our elections are not honest. That's a whole nother thing. Pre-fire, I still think he won. There's no way. No one has ever heard of Karen Bass. No one gives a shit about Karen Bass. She's an idiot. She won because she's like, what, a lesbian black woman? No one cares. Post fires, if we had that election again, he would have won. If he runs, I think he'll win.
Well, first of all, lesbian black woman checks a lot of boxes.
It checks the only boxes they care about.
And Democrat.
Well.
That checks all the boxes.
And far left.
So, but I don't understand, but the trend is, and if you look at the, city council, whatever, I don't know how they do some of the things they do. There's $2 billion missing from the homeless thing. No one seems to care.
No.
There's $100 million missing from the fire aid concert thing.
Where's that money?
No one seems to know.
Well, when it's in your own pockets, what are you going to be like, it was us?
And that's part of being a businessman. When you run a corporation, he runs a big company.
Yeah.
And it's audited. The government makes you get audits, outside auditing firms. Yeah, there's scandals once in a while and everything.
But his business is all out there. Yeah.
Compared to governments, I've never been involved in any company that had $2 billion go and they don't know where it went. Only governments could do that.
Oh, but imagine if Donald Trump had $2 billion that went missing. Oh. They would spend every penny, waking moment to find where every dollar came from.
But that gets back to, audits and things,
Yeah, why can't we demand answers from them when things go missing?
We do, and they're working on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
they'll get it in 4,000 years from now.
Yeah. Or maybe never, but
that's why I'm like, you guys, you don't get mad that these people take all your money and they funnel it into their own fucking bank accounts and go buy homes and go on vacations. Like, none of that pisses you off as your streets are littered and shit and homeless.
I just always laugh because when we're approaching, $1 billion for the lottery and everybody gets so excited. And I'm like, you're so excited about $1 billion lottery, which I wouldn't mind winning, but $2 billion went missing and no one even.
And you guys don't care.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny because I'm like, should I just make up a fake news story to get people involved that care? They'd be like, hey, did you guys know the Republicans of California $2 billion? And then people are going to be like, oh my God, we got to get to the bottom of it. It's like, is that how we have to get you guys to care? Because that's like the craziest money scheme I've ever seen in my life. I mean, all we do is pour more money into the homeless and it gets worse. I'm like, how do these people, have $300,000 a year salaries and they have $9 million homes? They have 5 of them. It's like, you guys, this isn't hard. If you care about, my thing is like, if you care about corruption, you care about all corruption. But Democrats are so tribal, it's crazy. They will just completely turn a blind eye to all the corruption. But then, God forbid, if a Republican gets caught with stealing $50,000, they're like, hey, he should rot in jail and die. And I'm like,
I think if people just sat down, if the newspapers, for instance, would just print the salaries of some of these people.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
people would be shocked. Every time I hear one, I'm like, just,
Yeah, years ago, someone was like, hey, that random black woman you never heard of that runs the homeless committee? And I go, what the fuck is the homeless committee? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, she makes $600,000 a year. I said, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
First first thing I said was, how do I get that job? That was the first thing. But yeah, Department of Water and Power, she makes like 700. The fake doctor, what her name?
Yeah. And that's the funny thing. I'm like,
she makes like 600.
And I'm like, what do they do? Because we have all these issues. Nothing gets better. We pour more money in. And also, I'm like, how are you so important? But I've never heard of you.
Well, the fake doctor does, she heads the free needles and stuff.
Oh, God, that bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just
what a nice way. You know what's funny about Democrats? It's like, what a nice way to help people kill themselves. I'm like, I guess that's like, I mean, it's kind of based, sort of.
But
if
also,
you think about
people don't realize those people, he was mayor for 2 terms or whatever, and he gets $100,000 retirement thing. I mean, people think, oh, well, they made 700 or they made 600. They don't understand that when those people retire, then they get 200 or 300 or.
For doing what? For literally destroying the state they live in.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Rick Caruso is the only one who has made California better. He's made it beautiful. He makes it safer. And I'm just like, at a certain point, I don't know. What's with the obsession of ruining where you have to live? And then it's funny because all the liberals, they're the first ones. They're like, oh, kill the CEOs, eat the rich. And I'm like, well, what about all the Democrats? What about all these people making all this money that run your city?
Well, the last thing I would have to say is, and only just recently my mind has been overworked, is we go to Santa Monica a lot. And I think people need to study how they took a beautiful, super successful area and just destroyed it.
Yep.
And maybe they'll learn something for the greater LA County, and see here in a smaller area, none of the things they tried worked.
Everything failed. I would say, okay, so you not only encourage, you drop off and allow homeless. You're completely soft on crime. You don't stop theft. You allow people to do drugs in public. You allow drinking in public. You don't support your businesses. The businesses go under and they leave. If there's theft, people no longer shop. People no longer feel safe, so they don't want to be out. You have low-income housing. Yeah, you allow just crackheads everywhere. You allow people to sleep on the streets, which I think, pack your shit and go. Sorry, I don't think you can sleep there at night. It's really not that hard. Open up, we have money, build prisons, build mental hospitals, so you can be anywhere. Can't be here. If you're going to be a danger to yourself and society, sorry, prison's where you're supposed to be. That's just how it is. It's crazy to destroy something so great and so fast.
It did seem to happen awful fast.
Yeah.
There's other things, the rent control thing.
Yeah,
Santa Monica's had that for years.
Yeah.
And as soon as you do the rent control and the people that own the apartments aren't getting the money they should, then they quit fixing them up.
Yeah, everything looks like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know.
I pray Rick runs, but then again, why would Rick Caruso run? Why would he want to ruin his own life to do this bullshit for these people that don't appreciate it and don't deserve it? Besides the fact that he has some real stake in it.
I wouldn't understand. I sat there and watched, Kennedy in front of the committee, and I was just like,
I don't know, just the worst.
They just insult you over and over and over.
But they can never say why he's wrong.
No.
Because he's not fucking wrong.
No.
They insult him. And then they say, you know what, we're going to insult you. You should resign. Wait, you haven't proved one thing he said is not factually, incorrect.
No. And it's just like, but you watch him go through it and you say to yourself, I don't know what they do how they stay that calm,
Yeah. I couldn't. I can't.
Well, no, you're that way just here. But
I know. I'm in here.
Could you imagine being attacked by all those losers just over and over and over for hours? And you're like, oh, and then you say to yourself, okay, any normal person that watches that's not going to want to run.
Yeah, that's why good people don't go into politics.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Why would you? Why would you ruin your own life? A normal person couldn't sit through that and be okay with it.
I mean, you know, and he's comes from a very privileged background. And I'm just like, why does he want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why good people don't go in politics.
Yeah.
And then that's why all the shady people are, you know, all the Democrats are all behind the scenes. They're getting huge paychecks. And then, you know, their own team will never turn on them. They'll never call them out. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, this is why we ended up like this. We're going to have to live in hell if people don't have the balls to go do difficult things. You know, I mean, that's why we do this.
I mean, I like Caruso. I like Hilton.
Yeah.
I don't
know anyone else running yet.
No.
I know there's one more confirmed person. I thought. Maybe not, though.
But I mean, I don't think they have a chance.
No. I think Rick's the only one that has a chance because he's a Democrat. Because that's what pisses me off. Like, we're running Republicans, and I'm like, do you guys just enjoy losing? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Why are you running a Republican in California? Maybe we might be there one day, but we are not there yet. And especially these people have Trump derangement syndrome. They're freaks. They're broke, which makes them more clinically insane than ever. And I'm like, you need to run a Democrat. As much as I hate to say that, it's just like, that's how we're going to win. And like, I mean, like, or what? You know, this person's going to come. This guy's going to come next.
We only have one shot. That would be to have another Republican movie star.
Yeah.
But there aren't any Republican movie stars.
Our only, I mean, we're so fucked. Our only shot's Caitlyn Jenner. We have to run the athlete TV show trans Republican to have a shot in this state. This is how literally retarded our state is. Well, on a lighter note, we have baristas chanting while walking in a circle. Because they're protesting the new Starbucks dress code.
I believe that we will! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win!
They're upset that Starbucks has a new dress code. What's the dress code? They have to wear a fucking t-shirt?
I have to plead ignorance. I didn't know they had a dress code.
Wait,
I always just drive up to the window and they hand me my thing, and
yeah, you drive up to the window.
Pretty pleasant, and if they're real pleasant, I give them $1, and if they're not, I don't.
Yeah, and if they're trans, you tell them to fuck off and get back to work.
So I didn't know they had a dress code.
Yeah, I was like, what are they gonna have to like wear a t-shirt? They're like, I should design the new Starbucks dress code where it's gonna be oversized t-shirts because you don't want anything fitting on anyone working there, and it's just we're gonna combine the trans and Palestinian flag. We're just gonna put like pill bottles on it or something. That'll be the new mascot for Starbucks.
Well, it's better than when I grew up and some poor kid had to, like a Jack in the Box, he had to dress up
like
in
a
the
taco.
like a taco or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know.
What are they mad about? I'm like, you know, it's so funny when you go to work, like, first of all jobs have a dress code. That's a fact. But I'm so confused. I thought they had a dress code this whole time. Why not? Starbucks is very simple. They got the green symbol, black t-shirt, green symbol. You know, it has a couple buttons on the top.
Well,
I mean, who's got a problem with that?
I always thought for work a dress code is good because then you don't have to put a lot of thought into what you're going to wear.
Well, so yeah, you don't want them bitching about they're broke and, I have to go buy stuff. Like when I was working at restaurants and you had to wear all colors and I was like, great, I have to like go buy a bunch of stuff and I already make $15 an hour. I think dress codes in school are great. I wish I went to a uniform school. Remember that growing up? Because I hated picking out the outfit. And then if you wear the same thing, you get bullied and everyone's mean to you. But yeah, I don't know. If you have any notes you want to leave off on, Doug, go for it. It's a free for all now.
No, I
know you love your Starbucks. Why do you support those? It's fucking it's like literally burnt diarrhea coffee. I hate that you go there. You literally live in LA with like all the best tranny baristas in the country and you get Starbucks.
I have a problem walking into an LA coffee shop.
Why?
Because I know someone weird is going to be in there.
They're all weird there too.
Well, no.
Because it's corporate. It's different.
You just pick what you want. You get up and it's and you don't have to put a lot of thought into it. And
Yeah, but why are you so
know.
intimidated by these coffee shops? Every time I take you to one, it's like the most stressful experience. You would think we're like breaking Enigma.
First of all, I know they're going to ask me a lot of questions that they don't ask at Starbucks.
Do you support Palestine?
No, I get a venti caramel macchiato and I don't have to. And the only thing they ask me is hot or cold.
Yeah.
They don't ask me, do you want skim milk, this kind of milk, this.
No, you're doing the whole milk.
Yeah, I'm just, I want it simple and easy.
I think the audience would appreciate, he would get really mad. I would make him go, remember the one time like Echo Park, I made you wait like, dude, we went to this coffee shop and it's really good, but it was like literally like 45 minutes. But I was saying, I think the audience would appreciate if every week we took you to a new really hipster cafe in Los Angeles. But I'm going to make you wear like a Trans Lives Matter t-shirt because it's dangerous. These are dangerous territories. And we try a new coffee and we do a review of the coffee.
Well, I just remember for a period there, up and down Silver Lake, slowly but surely, say there was like 5 good coffee shops. Slowly but surely, Emily was getting banned from every one.
Oh, during the pandemic, I was like, it's fucking war. I was like, it's war with you guys. I got, actually, shout out to Dayglow. We can talk about it. Dayglow, they will never forget. These people like literally hate me so much. So Dayglow Coffee Shop is like some trans cafe that does hipster coffees that are like $12. And they did during the pandemic a defund the military latte.
Yep.
And I was like, so naturally, I went and started harassing them on social media. And I was like, oh, is this what you guys stand for? You don't like our military? And then I will say, at one point, I was kind of threatening with them. And then I found the owners on LinkedIn. And then, one's like some fucking douchebag that's like, my passion for coffee when I was touring with my band. These fucking the most like arrogant assholes. And I remember I tagged both of the owners and I was like, oh, you two fudge packers think that you're going to live in this country and not support our military. And they blocked me on everything, and I'm like banned from the coffee shops, but fuck Dayglow. They suck. And they took it. It's funny, they changed the name of the latte too now. And I was like, it's like the defund the police. It's like, so I'm just like gonna come into your store and I'm just gonna wreak havoc. Like, it's so funny. These are the first people to call the cops the second you like even like touch them in public. And they're such pussies. Like 2 white liberal college pussies doing a defund the military latte.
Well, where I work,
losers.
I have a tendency at least once a week to go to Jersey Mike's, and I almost have a meltdown going to Jersey Mike's because I'm always in the line with the woman in front of me that goes, she's building the sandwich.
Okay.
I mean, the sandwiches give me a number 13. It's an Italian. Okay. You want it Mike's way, or I answer one question. 2 questions. What kind of bread, and Mike's way or not Mike's way? And I'm behind the woman and she's building the sandwich. Yes, bacon, please. No, hold this. Onions. No, tomatoes. Oh, can you put some mayonnaise on it? And I'm like, lady, I have to get back to work. This is taking a half hour for you to get a friggin' sandwich here.
This is everywhere, by the way. This is the coffee shops. The line's out the door for that reason. Oh, can I do it less sweet? Can I a little bit of this? Almond milk. Can I see the milk? Is it this? And you're just like, oh my God, just order it and shut up.
Yeah. It's coffee.
I know.
I know. But I want
to start a Republican-owned coffee shop in Los Angeles, and I know they're gonna burn it to the ground, but that's okay. I want to do that.
No one will insure it.
Yeah, exactly. Because they'll see it's me.
You can't afford to do it because you're going to put the money in, and they are going to burn it down.
Yeah.
Or even worse.
Yeah.
They're going to go there and stand in line like that woman, and they're going to. You can't make money because they're spending an hour figuring out what kind of coffee.
Yeah, well, we live around. Everyone's stupid. That's the problem.
But I will say,
if you have any notes you want to leave off on, feel free. The floor is yours.
Okay, I want to leave off in one thing: is being a little older.
How old are you, Doug?
Being a little older, and I was kind of getting really heavy into the, those that go along, get along, and probably not going to change anything. But I have to admit, being around Emily with COVID, I was kind of like, okay, you have to get the shot to go to work. Well, okay, I'll just get the shot because I got to go to work, blah, blah, blah. And Emily fought him tooth and nail. And I will say I'm really proud. As it turned out, she was right probably on 90% of the things. And I shouldn't have done the go along, get along, but then I had to make a living. And it's just, the whole COVID thing really has taught us a lesson about putting too much trust in people without making them really show us the facts.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
blind trust
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
government, the elected officials, the people who are speaking to us. I mean, also, just because you even have a background doesn't mean you're being honest.
And I will say, COVID did prove to us that the education system, the teachers
Has failed us.
is the worst.
Yeah.
They are the worst. I mean, I kind of grew up with, unions. They were good, they were bad. There was periods, strong, weak, and everything. But the teachers union is the worst.
Yeah.
And I'll never support them for anything.
No, they failed education, the kids. Yeah, I mean, I was gnarly. I mean, I that 4 years was or however long COVID was, I don't even know. It felt like a century. I mean, I just felt like I fought every single person, every single place we went, tooth and nail, the masks, you knew me. I was like, I don't give a shit if I never leave this country again. You're not putting anything in my body.
No, because I always just remember every weekend we drove to Orange County.
Yeah. It's just to get away from all of this insanity.
No, and we'd, because we lived in Seal Beach for, 25 years, we would go there, which is just getting into Orange County. But, I just remember certain things. One day we were walking on the pier and we saw those two older ladies and they were walking, no mask, nothing. They were just and
normal.
You started talking to them and they were like, we're 90. We're not worried about anything.
What do we give a shit? We're just going to enjoy our life.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just keep going.
Yeah.
But, wow, you never said I was right. But
well, it doesn't happen that often. So,
Right, well, on that note, guys, this is my dad, Doug. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe. I think we're going to make Doug an Instagram. I'm going to set him up a P.O. box so you guys can send him gifts and you guys can follow along on Doug's journey of whatever Doug decides to do in his life.
I haven't even figured out how to sign up for Instagram.
Yeah, I'll run the Instagram. We don't want his mental health declining. But
no.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Thank you.